Morning, everyone. It's 8:44 on Tuesday, the 13th, and this is your pre-opening comment video number 1577. Um, Easiest thing to get right to is the CPI came in less hot than expected, zero point 0.1 versus zero point 0.2 expected. Ex food and energy up zero point 0.2 versus up zero point 0.3 expected, and the year over year number is 7.1% versus 7.3% last month. Core CPI came in better than expected also on the year over year number, uh, 6.0 versus 6.3. There is some question about the structure of this and the fact that there are certain areas that are remaining worse than expected. And while we're probably only going to get a half a point rise tomorrow, um, it's just okay. Okay. Also, NFIB, small business optimism, 91.9 versus 91.3. So that's a little bit better, up 6 tenths. But in this index's 49-year history, the long-term average is 98. So they're not overwhelmed with it. And the uh, biggest issue for small businesses, they say, is inflation and the fact that they have trouble being able to raise prices. Okay, Boeing and UAL looks like 100 787s, Dreamliners, and a further order for more 737 Maxes. And the UAL is down a fraction, and Boeing is up about 3 3/4. Um, VTYX. This is another biotech. This is a super hot area. They're in their phase 2 trial for severe plaque psoriasis. They have positive results, and the stock is 37.40, up 8.82 or 31%. Moderna and Merck in the news on a joint venture on a melanoma treatment. Um, Moderna is 177.88, up 12 3/4, and the Merck is 111.64, up 267. There's also a piece of news that nobody seems to be talking about, but I find very concerning, and that is that China wants to be able to buy oil and really everything else in the yuan. That is clearly a shot across the bow of uh, our dollar being the reserve currency. We'll have to see how that plays out, but as I said, I'm somewhat concerned about that. 90% of the world's oil is settled in US dollars. And as a result of the CPI, the bond market, and I think that announcement, we have the dollar down hard. This morning it was about unchanged around 105. Now we're just over 104. So that's a pretty substantial move. As far as the rest of the futures, let's just go right to the indexes. At 750 this morning, the Dow was up 231. At 729, right before the announcement, it was up 266. Since the announcement, I have seen it up over 900 and now back down to up 750. Nasdaq went from 80 to 120 to 350, which is an enormous move uh, for that on a percentage basis. S&P up 111. That went from plus 26 to plus 32 to plus 100 on the announcement. All right, folks, going to be a wild day out there. Have a good one. Take it easy. Don't